Hey and welcome again. So today I've decided to pick haunted roads. I travel a lot, so it probably means something to me for that reason. Often going down roads that are supposedly haunted just because of the amount I travel. So I've picked a few here and I think they're quite good fun. If you've ever come across anything weird, then do let me know. So the roads and streets and highways are all subject to these kind of phantom vehicles and strange phenomena. I think if we go back to one of the other ones I did, which was the Resurrection Mary, so that kind of comes under this. So what have we got? Well, in America, we've got Annie's Road in New Jersey. It's the site of local haunted legends. So a woman supposedly killed on the road continues to haunt it. The area is located in Totowa, New Jersey, and on the first half of the Riverview Drive. So a quick internet search will show you there are several local myths about it, including a need to put on old music to draw her out as you drive down the road. You'll find just as many comments, however, saying that this is nothing more than an urban legend. So if you've come across it, do let me know. Then Boy Scout Lane, located in Wisconsin, is a dead-end road with no outlet. It appears to be that there is an urban legend for this one, or it's possibly something just taken from a story that's ended up as a sort of myth-backed thing. They say that there was the death of a fictional troop of Boy Scouts. There are, however, no records of fatalities or mysterious disappearances around the area, but despite it, it seems to be an area where people keep trying to conduct paranormal investigations. And lastly, for my US choices, I've gone for Clinton Road, United States. It's another one with a tale that I find to be probably more sort of urban legend, that kind of thing. So it's got it includes alleged sightings of ghosts, strange creatures, witches, satanists, and even the Ku Klux Klan. So if you go to the bridge at the reservoir at midnight and throw a penny or maybe a cent into the water, it will then be thrown back by the ghost of a boy who drowned there. Not content with just the one, there's also the running of into a Camaro, the car, a Camaro gun who effectively it was a girl that crashed it in 1988. So it's said that if you're wandering down there and you mention her crashing this Camaro, that she might turn up as a ghost as well. There are two more as well that say that there are two park rangers that haunt the Terrace Pond area. So again, if you know anything about them, let us know. So then I go back into England, which is, my territory. The A616 road, or the Stockbridge bypass that connects to Newark-on-Trent it connects Newark-on-Trent into the M1. So that's the large motorway. And when it was being constructed, staff reported encounters with a ghostly monk who may have been from the nearby Hunshelf Priory. Couldn't really find anything else about it, but it's been mentioned enough and people have been interested enough that one comes up enough times to warrant a mention. Then we've got Harry Unsworth, who was a lorry driver in 1958. So he said down there he had given a lift to a hitchhiker, dropped the man off, and then he reappeared again without any explanation some miles down the road. It seems that this was mentioned more than once in the 50s. I couldn't find any further mention of it from there. Coles Hill near Wareham in Dorset has worried a few drivers, hearing the sound of a powerful engine. Some more nerdy people than myself suggested it might be a 1920s Brower Superior motorcycle, and it sped around following the sounds of screeching tyres and then eerie silence. Nobody had seen the rider, but it was theorised it was a World War I hero, and he was killed in a spot nearby in a similar accident. Not really sure. If anyone's got any more information on that one, I'd be really interested to hear. Then we've got the Phantom Lorry of Cheshire, and has been reported. He stalks the Hyde to Mottram Road, and as far back as February 1930, the shadowy truck was blamed for causing drivers to crash when they would swerve suddenly to avoid this vehicle that then never appeared. I think I've had kind of similar experiences where I think there's something coming and then it hasn't, but I'm not necessarily sure that's down to it being a sort of phantom vehicle. I think it's just more to sometimes you just convince yourself there is someone, but it didn't happen. So between one more for England. We've got between Blandford and Salisbury, Wiltshire, motorists are often shocked by a phantom wreckage by the side of the road. There are screams and groans from the crash victims, and others have said that they've seen the ghostly face of a man or felt the icy touch of a hand, and one has even said to have seen a severed bloody hand on the floor. So that's a bit of a wrap up for England. There's just tons in any country if you really do want to spend time looking at it. So I picked a couple more. So the E8 Expressway, or the Karak Expressway in Kuala Lumpur, suffers the report of being one of the most haunted roads in Malaysia, and many people report seeing strange creatures and a Pontianak on the road. Uniondale Phantom Hitchhiker is on the N9 road in South Africa, on the road between Uniondale and Willowmore in the semi-desert of Karoo. A girl named Mary Charlotte Rue died on a road accident on that stretch on the 9th of April, on the 12th of April in 1968. So yeah, she's supposed to turn up there as well. So if you've come across any of these or any other ones that you think would be of interest, please leave me a comment.